On this episode of the Black Boss Ladies platform,
I remember a review of Sula in which the reviewer said, this is all well and good, but one day she, meaning me, will have to face up to the real responsibilities and get mature and write about the real confrontation for black people, which is white people. As though our lives have no meaning and no depth without the white gaze.
welcome to the Black Boss Ladies platform, the place where legacies live.
Toni Morrison, born Chloe Anthony Wofford on February 18, 1931, in Lorain, Ohio, embarked on a remarkable journey that would reshape American literature and inspire generations to come. Growing up amidst the vibrant culture of the American Midwest, Morrison's childhood was imbued with the rich traditions of storytelling, music, and folklore, laying the groundwork for her future as a literary giant. After earning degrees from Howard University and Cornell University, Morrison embarked on a career in academia, teaching at institutions such as Texas Southern University and Howard University. Later, she would work for Random House and was instrumental in highlighting little-known black authors. It was her role as a fiction editor at Random House that provided the platform for her own literary voice to emerge. As an editor, while reading works by blacks, she found that they were often writing under the white gaze, explaining things that blacks did not have to explain to each other. It was an explanation to white readers. She said that she decided to not address the white gaze in her writing. Here she explains her writing.
Maybe I'm responding because I have had reviews in the past that have accused me of not writing about white people. I remember a review of Sula in which the reviewer said, this is all well and good, but one day she, meaning me, will have to face up to the real responsibilities and get mature and write about the real confrontation for black people, which is white people. As though our lives have no meaning and no depth without the white gaze. And I've spent my entire writing life trying to make sure that the white gaze was not the dominant one in any of my books. And the people who helped me most arrive at that kind of language were African writers. Chinua Achebe, Bessie Head. Those writers who could assume the centrality of their race because they were Africans. And they didn't explain anything to white people. Those questions were incomprehensible to them. Those questions that I would have as a minority living in an all-white country like the United States. But when I read the poetry of Cesar, or the poetry of Senghor, or the novels particularly, Things Fall Apart was more important to me than anything. Only because there was a language, there was a posture, there were the parameters. I could step in now, and I didn't have to be consumed by or be concerned by the white gaze. That was the liberation for me. It has nothing to do with who reads the books. Everyone of any race, any gender, any country. But my sovereignty and my authority as a racialized person had to be struck immediately with the very first book. And it was strange because in this country, many books, particularly then, 40s, 50s, you could feel the address of the narrator over my shoulder, talking to somebody else, talking to somebody white. I could tell because they're explaining things that they didn't have to explain. They were talking to me. It was that. It's profound for me. So that I may be, you may be right, maybe I'm over-dramatizing the whole question, which was innocent enough, because the problem of being free to write the way you wish to, without this other racialized gaze, is a serious one for an African-American writer.
In 1970, Morrison published her groundbreaking debut novel, The Bluest Eye, a poignant exploration of race, beauty, and identity. This was followed by a string of critically acclaimed works, including Sula and Song of Solomon, which catapulted her to national prominence. In 1987, Morrison achieved literary immortality with the publication of Beloved, a haunting tale based on the true story of an enslaved woman's desperate act of love and sacrifice. The novel earned Morrison the Pulitzer Prize for Fiction and solidified her reputation as one of America's most important writers. Throughout her illustrious career, Morrison continued to push boundaries and challenge conventions, tackling themes of race, identity, and social justice with unparalleled depth and nuance. Her novels, including Jazz, Paradise, and Love, offered searing insights into the Black American experience, earning her widespread acclaim and numerous prestigious awards. In 1993, Morrison made history as the first African-American woman to win the Nobel Prize in Literature, cementing her legacy as a literary trailblazer. Her influence extended beyond the written word as she co-authored children's books, penned essays, and even wrote librettos for operas. Despite her countless accolades and honors, Morrison remained humble and grounded, using her platform to amplify marginalized voices and champion the cause of social justice. Her impact on literature and culture is immeasurable, and her legacy continues to inspire writers and readers around the world. In June of 2019, director Timothy Greenfield Sanders released a documentary of her life called Toni Morrison, The Pieces I Am, offering a poignant tribute to her extraordinary legacy. Morrison passed away 2 months later, leaving behind a body of work that will forever enrich and enlighten future generations. Toni Morrison, you are truly a Black Boss Lady, and your legacy will live on the Black Boss Ladies Platform podcast.
Thank you for joining us on the BBL Platform podcast, the place where legacies live. We hope you will join us on our next inspirational journey to success. Be sure to rate, like, and subscribe to our show. For more information, please visit our website at theBBLplatform.com.